Define brush, pattern, and custom shape. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to define a brush, pattern, and custom shape. Defining a brush is nothing but creating our own illustration into a brush. Now here you have a small design which you need to convert it as a brush shape. So now go to the Edit menu and then click Define Brush Presets option. Here, just specify a name for the brush in the Brush Name dialog box. And then click OK. Now, to view the new brush, go and select the brush tool from the toolbar. After selecting the tool, in the option bar, just click on this small triangle to get the brush options. In the brush list, the newly created brush will be available at the end of the list, or you can view it when you click and pull this scroll bar down. I think now that you'll find the newly created brush over here. Then click on the document to deselect the brush presets. Define pattern. A user-defined pattern can be created using Define Pattern option. You have the same design here. Let's now declare this design as a pattern. And for that, go to the Edit menu and then select Define Pattern option. Now in the Pattern dialog box, specify a name for the pattern. And then click OK. This design will be available under the Pattern palette. To view it, go to the Edit menu, and then select the Fill option, and then choose Pattern from the Use option. Here you can click on the Custom Pattern icon, and now you can view the design under Pattern Library. If you wish to use the pattern, then select it and click OK. Otherwise, click on Cancel. Define a custom shape. Defining a custom shape is also similar to defining a brush or pattern. Now close this document and create a new document. If you need to save the document, then you can save it and close it. Then go to the File menu and select New option to create a new document. Here you can select any of the preset sizes from the preset option. And then you can set the other parameters as you wish, and then finally click on OK. After creating a new document, now select the Pen tool and create a shape by clicking on the desired points. Is this shape looking a little bit weird? I think I just created a funny shape, for example. Let's convert this shape into a custom shape. So go to the Edit menu and click on Define Custom Shape option. Here you can specify a name for this shape, and then click on OK. And now the shape is available in the Custom Shapes presets. To view it, go and select the Custom Shape tool from the toolbar, and click on this small triangle of the Shape option. Now you can view all the shapes in the presets, and at the end, you'll find the newly created shape. Here you can select this shape, and then click and drag it into the work area to see it. You have created a new custom shape now, and if you wish to change the color of the shape, then just click on this color option. Just choose a color from the color picker, and then click OK. Hence, you can create your own pattern, brush, and shapes using Define Pattern. Purge. The Purge option allows us to free the memory space occupied by Undo, Clipboard, and History commands. To experiment with the application, go to the Edit menu and click on the Purge option. Then select the desired type or the buffer that you need to free. These are the options under Purge. The Undo option will remove all the steps or actions saved under the Undo command. Now, as you purge the Undo command, remember that you cannot do any redo actions or steps. This Clipboard option clears all the items saved in the clipboard, and you cannot use the Paste option after you clear it. Then the Histories option will remove all the steps stored in the History palette, and it will become blank. Finally, the All option clears all the above-mentioned options, such as Undo, Clipboard, and History. Let's select the Undo option from the Purge and experiment with it. As soon as you select the option, a warning dialog box appears, which tells us this cannot be undone. Well, then to proceed, click on OK, or otherwise press Cancel. Now, to check whether the option has removed the space of undo, just go and click the Edit menu. You will not be able to use the undo or redo because this purge option has removed it. Next up, you'll see the clipboard option. Just click on the purge option and select clipboard. Again, the same warning dialog box will appear, so click on OK to continue. Now you cannot use any of the paste options. If you wish to check it out, go and click on the Edit menu. And now you'll see that you cannot use the paste option. The other two options also have similar steps, so I ask you to experiment with them on your own. Hence, you can clear the unwanted memory space occupied by the undo, clipboard, and history commands here in Photoshop. Adobe PDF Presets. The PDF setting is used and defined to create a balanced file size with high-quality PDF. To open it, go to the Edit menu, and then click on Adobe PDF Presets. These are the available presets, and let's take a look at them in detail. When you move the cursor to the presets, you will find the corresponding descriptions in this space. The high-quality print preset will allow us to create a quality PDF file for desktop printers and proofing devices. This preset downsamples color and grayscale images to 300 ppi and the monochrome images to 1200 ppi. It embeds all types of fonts, retains the colors, and does not flatten transparency. These PDF files can be viewed in the Acrobat Reader 5 and also in further versions. The PDF X1A 2001. Now, this preset requires all the fonts to be embedded. The crop marks and the bleeds should be specified in the document file. Then it also requires the color mode as CMYK, or the spot colors. Spot color is nothing but splitting the CMYK into single spot color channels. This preset PDF file can be opened in Acrobat 4 and later versions. PDF X3 2002. This preset is an ISO standard for graphic content. This setting helps us create Adobe PDF documents, which have to be checked or must be confirmed with PDF X3 2002. This PDF preset file can also be opened in the Acrobat 4 and later versions. Next is the PDF X4 2008 preset. Now, it also is an ISO standard for graphic content and helps us create PDF documents, which have to be checked with PDF X4 2008. The press quality setting will allow us to create high-quality files for the printing industries. Here in this setting, quality is a higher consideration than the size of the file. It preserves all the information of PDF file in order to deliver for commercial printing, and it also preserves the transparency quality as well. This PDF preset file can be opened in the Acrobat 5 and later versions as well. Finally, this smallest file size setting will allow us to create Adobe PDF documents for web and internet services. It converts all colors to RGB mode and compresses the images to low-resolution images. It also compresses the file size of the document. Over here in the preset settings summary, you can see the summaries of the selected setting in the preset. It summarizes the setting in general, compression, and output categories. Using the PDF presets, you can get a quality PDF output of your document in Photoshop. Preset Manager. Preset Manager allows us to manage the presets for brushes, swatches, gradients, styles, patterns, contours, custom shapes, and tools. This Preset Manager will help us change the current set of a preset or to create a new set of presets. It also helps us rename the selected preset options. To open this application, go to the Edit menu and then click on Preset Manager. And now you can see its dialog box, which contains these presets. You can choose any option from the preset type. For example, select the brush type. And below you can see all the options in a library. Now select any one of the options in the brush preset, and you can change the name by clicking on the Rename button. You get the Rename dialog box where you have to specify a name in the text box. And then click OK to add this name to the presets. You can delete the selected option by, of course, clicking on the Delete button. Then if you want to save the selected brush option, just click on the Save Set button. And now you get the Save dialog box asking where to save the brush option. For that, you have to specify a file name. And then choose any folder where you wish to save it. And then finally, click on Save. Now, if you want to load the downloaded brushes in the Photoshop, you can click on this Load button. Here you get the Load dialog box where you have to browse and select the folder of the downloaded brush. Then finally click on Load. Now you can see the newly downloaded brushes in the end of the list. After doing all the changes in the presets, you can click on Done, where the changes are saved in the preset. This process is involved in the other preset types. Hence, you can make changes in the presets using the Preset Manager option. Color settings. Color settings help us define the working space for color modes in Adobe Photoshop. You cannot make changes in the default color settings unless you are very well versed in it. Now, to open this application, go to the Edit menu and click on Color Settings. If you wish to know the explanation of these profiles, you could move the cursor onto any of the options, and the corresponding explanation appears in the description area. In the Settings option, you can change it as you need. For example, you can change it to Monitor Color, North America General Purpose 2, North America Prepress 2, and so on. Go ahead and select the North America General Purpose 2 as the default option. Then you have the working spaces for color modes, and they are RGB, which determines the RGB color space in the Photoshop application. It's usually recommended for Monitor Profile to view the images on the web. When you click on the options, you could select any of the presets from here. The CMYK determines its working space, and it is involved with the ink and paper material. This is very essential for the commercial printing industry. If you click on its option, you can select any of the presets as you need. The gray profile determines the working color space in Photoshop. You can find it when the images are desaturated, and if you click on its options, you'll get the presets where you could select as needed. The spots profile is used to specify the dot gain to use when displaying spot color channels and duotones. You can get its presets when you click on the Spot Working Space option. Under the Color Management Policies profile, you have RGB, CMYK, and Gray Workspace. When you click any of the workspaces, you can change the preferences to Preserve Embedded Profiles. It always preserves the embedded color profile when you're opening a new file. The Convert to Working Space option lets us convert colors to the current working space profile when you're opening files and importing images. The Off option will ignore the embedded color profiles while you're opening new files and importing images. The Profile Mismatches and Missing Profile, these arise when you try to copy, paste, or drag and drop images from another document, where the color management will not support in some cases. Now, to avoid this problem, you can enable these options such as Ask when opening and Ask when pasting in the Profile Mismatches option. In the Missing Profile option, you can click and enable the Ask when opening option to avoid such warnings. If you click on More Options, you'll get the hidden options within. Under the Advanced Controls, you have the Desaturate Monitor Colors By and Blend RGB Colors using Gamma options. You can specify the value in the options to apply it to the color profiles. If you wish to save the color profile settings, click on the Save option. When you wish to load the color profile from the file, then click on the Load option. To apply the changes in the color profiles, click on OK or click on Cancel to quit. Now you can change the color settings according to your working needs using the color setting command.